If you are new here, this fabric is from last Wednesday's video where I took you on a tour around my favorite fabric stores in the Big Island of Hawaii. Comment video below if you want to watch that and I will send you the link, and it's also linked below in the description box. Today we are using that fabric to make super easy, beginner-friendly fabric numbers, letters, and symbols that we can use for absolutely anything. The one I'm showing you in this video is for my daughter. I made hers a little bit fluffy. I will show you how to make it in different ways so that you can make it how you want to. But today was her first day of her senior year of high school, so she had a little gathering with her friends this weekend at our house. So I thought this banner would be really great party decor. You can also make it for birthdays, for nursery or kids' bedroom decor, for holidays, mantle decor, whatever you want to use it for. You can attach these letters with a hanging ribbon, I'll show you how, or without the ribbon, and you can just use clothespins. I will show you each way if you watch until the end of this video. Here is the one with the ribbon at the top. Again, it is super simple, but you don't have to add them if you don't want to. If you are new here, my name is Heather. I am a nurse, a mama of four, and the designer behind Aloha sewingcompany.com, where I teach you how to sew the easy way using my beginner's PDF printable sewing patterns. This pattern includes all numbers and letters in 4 and 6 inch sizes. So comment Aloha below and I will send you the link to that printable PDF pattern, and I will also link it in the description box below. So print out the letters that you need and the sizes that you need, and let's cut them out. When you get to some of the letters that have like a circle in the middle like this, an E, a P, an R, stuff like that, this is how I cut them out. I go ahead and use precision scissors. They are small scissors. They make it easier, but you can really use any kind and just cut all the way around the inside. I like using my cheap little box cutter. If you have an X-Acto knife, that will also work as well, and it just makes it really easy to go around these seamlessly. So once you have your printable pattern pieces cut out, we are ready to trace it onto our fabric. And what we want to do is have a fabric for the outside, front, and the back. So this is going to be the back fabric. Now, you want to cut your pattern pieces mirrored. So we're going to trace them mirrored. That means we're going to get our pattern piece and flip it upside down. And then we're going to trace it onto our back piece of our fabric that will be on our banner. Now, this does not have to be done with a pen. Use chalk, something light that won't show up, a water or heat soluble marker or pen, something like that. I'm using a pen because it doesn't matter to me that it's showing up on the back, and I want you to be able to see it. So now I have this leftover fabric from some stuff I made for my daughter. So I'm going to use that as the front piece of my fabric here. I need a middle batting piece, and this is just regular quilt batting. You can also use felt or some kind of interfacing, or don't put anything in the middle at all. Quilt batting just makes it a little bit puffy, and I think it gives it a nice 3D look, so I like to do that. Then we have the pretty side facing up of our back fabric that we have traced our pattern piece onto. And we are just going to sandwich our middle fabric right in between. If you're not using a middle fabric, just put the wrong sides of your fabric together. So the pretty sides of your fabric should be on the outside of this sandwich. Now we want to go ahead and flip it to the place where we drew our pattern onto the back side, pin or clip all the way around. And if you are adding the loops across the top of your number, letter, or whatever it is, we want to go ahead and cut where we're going to put that ribbon loop. That's important. You can use fabric scissors, pinking shears, or scallop shears. I like using these. These are scalloping shears. I think it gives it a really cute finish, and they're my favorite ones to use. You can also use pinking shears, and this is what it will look like around the edges, maybe better for boys if you use that, or just use regular scissors to cut around your numbers. Either way, use whatever you would like. I'm going to show you how I use my scalloped scissors. And everything I talk about in this video, I will link below in the description box so that you know where to get them to. So regardless of what letter, number, or symbol you are making, you are just going to cut right above about 1/4 of an inch where you want to put your ribbon loops. You're going to need a 3-inch piece of ribbon, maybe 3/8 of an inch or so wide. I wouldn't go much bigger than that for a 4-inch letter like I'm making here. And then you're just going to sandwich it right underneath your back fabric piece, mid-center of where it should go. And we're going to do this regardless of what kind of letter or number or symbol that we are sewing. Now we want to take it to our sewing machine and sew all the way around this using our markings as our sewing guide. So we always want to start right before where our ribbon loop is. So that way it helps it stay secure and in place. So you are going to bring your fabric to your machine and put the needle down right on top of your right on top of your drawn line, and go ahead and start sewing using your lines as your guide. So literally right on top of it. That's why it's important, so that it doesn't show your markings, that you use something like chalk or a heat or water soluble pen or marker or something of that nature. You can even use a pencil so it won't show up as dark as mine is here. But again, I wanted you to be able to see what we're doing. If you are a beginner sewer, make sure that you leave your needle inside the fabric when you go to rotate around corners, and then just move your fabric around the direction that you need it to sew in. And while I am sewing this, what kind of banner would you make? Who would you make it for? What would you make it say? I'm really interested to know. So please comment below and tell me. Now here is what it looks like all sewn. You can see I have my letter M and my ribbon loops at the top have been attached. And I think these are more like 5/8 of an inch, not necessarily 3/8 of an inch, but that's okay. Now I want to trim about 1/4 of an inch away from my sewn lines. And see where I'm using my scalloped shears here? You want to make sure you follow the natural curve of your cuts. So when you start cutting and when you stop cutting, you want to make sure it's right on one of those scallops. So that way it's nice and even and doesn't look all butchered how you cut it. So just be really intentional on how you're cutting if you're using scallop or pinking shears. Here's what it looks like all finished. And if you did not attach the loops, that's fine. It would just be the regular fabric letter. All of our fabric letters, numbers, symbols sew up exactly the same. We're going to do the same thing. And if you want to attach it to a string, a cord, or a piece of ribbon or something like that, so you can hang up whatever you want to say, this is how you do that. If you can't get it through the loops yourself, just attach it to a safety pin and feed it through those loops. Can I ask you a quick favor? Please don't just watch this and leave. Will you please like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel? It really helps me make these tutorials, and it pushes it out into other people's feeds so that they can watch them too if it's something they're interested in as well. It really, really helps me. So now I have shown you how to make it with the ribbon attached. Here for my daughter, I just made the regular letters that I can interchange with clothespins for her senior party that she just had. So here's how I hung them up with the clothespins. The cheapest way, in my opinion, to go about it is use what you have on hand, or go to your local big box store and get some clothespin cord. Literally what you would hang up your clothes with outside. Now you're going to cut it at least 2 times the width of what your banner is, and then you're going to tie a simple knot on each side so that it doesn't fray. You can also use a lighter and put some heat over those ends so it doesn't fray. But next we want to find the very mid-center point and arrange your fabric letters or symbols into 2 even lines. I'm going to use mini clothespins, and then I'm going to put that mid-center point onto the right side of my 2 even length sides of my banner, so that way I know it's going to be perfectly centered. You can also just wait and cut your ribbon or cord until after you have it hung so you know it's nice and even, but this works for me. I absolutely love this sewing pattern. I'm going to make a happy birthday one for my kids' doors, things for parties, the entire set, so that way the numbers and letters are interchangeable. Please don't forget to like this video and comment below and tell me what kind of banner you are going to make using this printable PDF sewing pattern that I have linked below. Just comment Aloha. Thanks so much for spending a little time sewing with me today. Click on the screen to subscribe so you can follow along with all 60 patterns in this series. And you can also click one of the videos here on your screen and we can make something else together. And before you go, mahalo.